Good morning, everybody. Nice to see everybody made it to school nice and safe this morning with our roads. We did have a school bus that was a little bit late, but we do live in Vermont, and in Vermont, just like some of our third graders learned from their new pen pals yesterday, we're a little different because we have snow, right? Unlike some of those southern states below us. But it's nice that everybody did make it here safely this morning. We have just a couple of things on our assembly agenda today, and I just want to jump right in so that we can get you back to class and get your day started, because we're a little bit late with our schedule. How about if we start with Miss Ewald? She has some announcements that she'd like to make about great things happening in physical education.
Good morning. I think many of you have already been out doing your winter passport for fun, and some of you might have got your prizes. So just remember, 60 minutes a day. The passports have some amazing prizes. I know that the snow is not, really helping us right now, but there are some prizes to do, like indoor CCBA, swimming, and there's the aquatic center. So there are some fun things to do indoors. So once you have your 10 days, take your passport with you to the place you pick for your prize, and they'll stamp it, and then you can go. And I think when you go over to the skate rink over in Woodstock, the arena, they'll let you go with 2 people. So you could actually go with mom or dad, and you could go too. So I think that's really a great one. Also, we're starting our fundraiser for the American Heart Association, and we're learning about our hearts in physical education class. And on Valentine's Day, a lot of us are going to be doing jump rope for heart, and then during the week, we will be doing hoops for heart in the older classes. So our community has been always very supportive of this. So all of you are helping become amazing jump ropers at the same time, and you're also having fun doing hoops for heart, because that's just a fun activity. So I'm hoping everybody here is going to support that. Grades 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 all get a chance to do that, and my kindergarten and first graders also get to do jump roping during a unit, and they learn all about their hearts also, but they're not responsible for fundraising. So that's all I have to say.
Okay, so next up we have Miss Rosato's 4th grade math class. Her math class has been learning about fractions lately, and they've made some posters that they're going to share with you about their learning, and maybe you'll learn a little bit about them as well. So Miss Rosato's 4th grade class, please come on up.
The fourth grade is learning about fractions, and to show our knowledge and connect fractions to our lives, we created as a whole I am posters.
One-sixth of me is a vinyl record collector. One-sixth of me is a son. One-sixth of me is a Harry Potter fan. One-sixth of me is a cat lover. One-sixth of me is a student. One-sixth of me is a non-sports fan. As a whole, I am Hudson Ranny.
1/6 of me is an athlete. 1/6 of me is a sister. 1/6 of me is a friend. 1/6 of me is a traveler. 1/6 of me is a Western child. And 1/6 of me is a dog lover. As a whole, I am Sydney Arcadia Larson.
1/6 of me is an adventurer. 1/6 of me is a awesome friend. 1/6 of me is an ongoer. 1/6 of me is a reader. 1/6 of me is a math nerd. 1/6 of me is awesome. As a whole, I am Kaylee.
1/6 of me is a sister. 1/6 of me is an athlete. 1/6 of me is a singer. 1/6 of me is a friend. 1/6 of me is a daughter. 1/6 of me is a painter. As a whole, I am Sophia Dufour.
1/6 of me, I am a superhero. 1/6 of me, I'm a cousin. 1/6 of me, I'm a stepmom to 4 cats. 1/6 of me, I'm sleepy. 1/6 of me, I am energy. 1/6 of me, I am a gamer. As a whole, I am Annabelle.
1/6 of me is a brother. 1/6 of me is a builder. 1/6 of me is a gamer. 1/6 of me is a kid. 1/6 of me is a friend. 1/6 of me is a drawer. As a whole, I am Daniel.
1/6 of me is a gamer. 1/6 of me is a runner. 1/6 of me is a boy. 1/6 of me is awesome. 1/6 of me is cool. 1/6 of me is a brother. As a whole, I'm Carmine.
1/6 of me is a sister. 1/6 of me is an athlete. 1/6 of me is a middle child. 1/6 of me is a friend. 1/6 of me is a smart girl. 1/6 of me is a Vermonter. As a whole, I am Piper Vivian.
1/6 of me is a gamer. 1/6 of me is a brother. 1/6 of me is a cousin. 1/6 of me is a YouTuber. 1/6 of me is an uncle. 1/6 of me is a friend. As whole, I am Cole.
1/6 of me is awesome. 1/6 of me is a gamer. 1/6 of me is a brother. 1/6 of me is an adventurer. 1/6 of me is a reader. 1/6 of me is a madman. One whole of me is Patrick Hope.
1/6 of me is an athlete. 1/6 of me is a sister. 1/6 of me is a friend. 1/6 of me is an adventurer. 1/6 of me is an artist. 1/6 of me is a Vermonter. As a whole, I am Audrey.
1/6 of me is an athlete. 1/6 of me is a friend. 1/6 of me is a gamer. 1/6 of me is a brother. 1/6 of me is mean. 1/6 of me is kid. And as a whole of me, I am Kaden Lawrence.
1/6 of me is a sister. 1/6 of me is a friend. 1/6 of me is awesome. 1/6 of me is cute. 1/6 of me is smart. 1/6 of me is Vermonter. As a whole, I am Shisha.
1/6 of me is athletic. 1/6 of me is small. 1/6 of me is helpful. 1/6 of me is a brother. 1/6 of me is family. 1/6 of me is awesome. As a whole, I am.
1/6 of me is an animal lover. 1/6 of me is sensitive. 1/6 of me is adventurer. 1/6 of me is obsessed with crazy leggings. 1/6 of me is a good friend. 1/6 of me is a wonderful sister. In a whole, I'm Riley Cahoon.
1/6 of me is a sister. 1/6 of me is funny. 1/6 of me is an athlete. 1/6 of me is caring. 1/6 of me is smart. 1/6 of me is a Vermonter. As a whole, I am Melissa Scalise.
1/6 of me is a player. 1/6 of me is the youngest child. 1/6 of me is an athlete. 1/6 of me is a smart person. 1/6 of me is a Vermonter. 1/6 of me is a beautiful person inside and out. And as a whole, I'm Miley McAllister. 1/6 of me is a son. 1/6 of me is a friend. 1/6 of me is a student. 1/6 of me is an athlete. 1/6 of me is an animal lover. 1/6 of me is a Vermonter. As a whole, I'm Hunter Picknell.
1/6 of me is an athlete. 1/6 of me is a brother. 1/6 of me is a helper. 1/6 of me is a gamer. 1/6 of me is a Pokemon collector. 1/6 of me is a hockey player. As a whole, I'm Brandon Driver.
1/6 of me is a student. 1/6 of me is a brother. 1/6 of me is a gamer. 1/6 of me is Chinese. 1/6 of me is American. 1/6 of me is a reader. As a whole, I'm Austin Shaw.
1/6 of me is a sister. 1/6 of me is a friend. 1/6 of me is a daughter. 1/6 of me is awesome. 1/6 of me is an artist. 1/6 of me is an athlete. As a whole, I am Madison Tenney.
1/6 of me is a friend. 1/6 of me is a gamer. 1/6 of me is a brother. 1/6 of me is an athlete. 1/6 of me is awesome. 1/6 of me is a Vermonter. As a whole, I am Michael Lopez.
1/6 of me is an athlete. 1/6 of me is a sister. 1/6 of me is a friend. 1/6 of me is loving. 1/6 of me is caring. 1/6 of me is a Vermonter. As a whole, I am Cameron.
1/6 of me is a sister. 1/6 of me is a daughter. 1/6 of me is a horse lover. 1/6 of me is Mexican. 1/6 of me is Irish. 1/6 of me is a dog lover. As a whole, I am Kirsten J. Carvalho.
1/6 of me is awesome. 1/6 of me is a brother. 1/6 of me is a four-wheeler. 1/6 of me is a gamer. 1/6 of me is a madman. 1/6 of me is a builder. As a whole, I am Tyson. 1/6 of me is a older child. 1/6 of me is a horse rider. 1/6 of me is a good listener. 1/6 of me is a good friend. 1/6 of me is a smart girl. 1/6 of me is a Vermonter. As a whole, I am Samantha.
1/6 of me is a sister. 1/6 of me is a athlete. 1/6 of me is a friend. 1/6 of me is a animal lover. 1/6 of me is a kid. 1/6 of me is a Vermonter. As a whole, I am Sophia Rockwood.
we switching this?
No. Good morning, everyone. I know this is the second week in a row that we're collecting coins, but we are working really hard towards our special prize, so we appreciate your patience while we do that. If my assistant, where's my assistant? Come on down, Trev, since he didn't drop any last week. And let's start with grade 3. They never get to start. Come on, grade 3.
Grade 2. Grade 1, bring your chips down. Kindergarten, bring your chips down. Fourth grade, come on down. Fifth grade, come on down. And sixth grade, come on down.
All right, now remember, our goals this week is not to fill up this stripe, but we had a certain amount of coins that we wanted to get as a class. Does anybody remember what that number was? It was a big number. Does anybody remember what that was?
It was the day all you way fold up and will win applied.
Yep, I'm looking for a number greater than 1,000, but less than 2,000, and that was our goal for this week. Does anybody remember? Mia, do you remember? Shout it out. Okay, it was, Fern, do you remember? 1,500. Now I think, if I'm correct in looking at the totals, we hit that goal this week by the skin of our teeth. Does anybody know what that means? What does that mean? Anthony? We made it, but it was close. So, Mrs. Taft, do you want to show us? Oh, you already did it. Look at that, one step ahead of me always. All right, so this week we met our goal and we got 1,533 chips. So nice job. Give yourselves a little silent cheer there. Does that mean we get another clue, or are we waiting for next week for a clue? Oh, that tricky Mrs. Taft said we're waiting till next week. So far all we know is that it's somewhere cold and it's coming up soon. Does anyone else have anything to say? All right, kindergarten, have a nice day. You did a great job. Ryan. Oh, come around this way. Miss Wood, your line leader's waiting to get up there. Could you let her sneak up? First grade, have a great day.